Reggae Boys fans, how are you guys doing today? It was very good afternoon for the Reggae Boys in Japan. Reggae Boys won, Serbia won. It was a very good performance by the Reggae Boys. A lot of fans happy across the world. Me myself is very happy with the performance with the Reggae Boys. So I have a special guest, Javon. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Good to have you on to come share your thought and go through the player ratings and stuff. I hope no player offended when we give our thought and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Nervous?
No, not nervous. Not nervous. Eager
Okay.
to hear my response to the game last night.
Yeah, yeah. You watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game.
Okay. All right. Let us talk about Ravel Morrison first because a lot of Reggae Boys fans happy what Ravel Morrison did in that game, in that first one. In the 15 minute him get to come on the pitch. Do you think no, is Ravel Morrissey is the best midfielder in CONCACAF?
That's a good question, and really we can say Ravel Mars is definitely one of the best in Concacaf. If you look back at his youth days, Manchester United, he was deemed one of the best players in the world by Sir Alex Ferguson, and stuff happened in football, and things don't go your way, and that happened to Ravel Marson, but he's still here, and he still has the flair that he had from way back then till now. So I really think Ravel Marson is definitely one of the best midfielders in CONCACAF. We see it on the game yesterday. Or I would say just early in the morning. He didn't have much time in the game, but you could see the class and the flair that Ravel Marson brings to the sport.
Most definitely. For me, I think Ravel Morrissey talent is an excellent player and I respect Ravel Morrissey a lot. But what I'm going to say about Ravel Morrison, the only problem I have with Ravel Morrison, he just cannot stay at one club. I don't know if he's the problem or the club is the problem. I don't know. But what we can say about Ravel Morrison, he is Jamaica best midfielder. I think the Reggae Boys should build the team around Ravel Morrison. I think he make every single Jamaican midfield better. We see that in the Saudi Arabia game for sure. He's an excellent footballer, skillful, flair, and the Jamaican people fall in love with Ravel Morrison. A lot of people love Ravel Morrison. So for me, I think he's one of the best talent, but a lot of people would say no because he's not playing for a club. You have United States have some very good player, but I still think him have a long way to go. I still think once he can play more consistent for this Reggae Boys team and make impact, I think a club will definitely pick up Ravel Morris. So I think he's too good to play in the MLS. I think in England, a better club in England should pick up Ravel Morrissey. If Ravel Morrissey can just be disciplined, work hard, play hard, and he will definitely get reap and benefit. But what do you think about it?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think he is too good to play over on this side of the atmosphere for real. I think of course Ravel Marson, if he can, you know, stay at a club, he people will really see what Ravel Marson has to offer. As I said before, Ravel Marson was deemed one of the best players, best midfielders in the world, by one of the best coaches in the world. So that's where the class is with Ravel Marson, and I think Jamaica will see that. Jamaica will see that in the World Cup qualifiers. We'll see that in the Gold Cup, the class of Ravel Marson. And we've seen it in the Saudi Arabia game and also in this game with just the little time he had to come onto the field. So yes, I agree with you on that one.
Most definitely. I was talking to our reggae boys, Marlon King, and I link him, and he said, I asked him, what do you have to say about Ravel Morris? And he said, listen, Ravel Morris is one of the best youngster him ever play with. Ravel Morris is him local brother. He assists Marlon King a lot of goal in the championship in the past. And he said, Ravel Morris will be a great player for Jamaica. If him can be more consistent, stay on the pitch, play for a club, we will definitely get the best out of Ravel Morris. Oh yeah, Demo, you come with this man to disrupt my show, bro. Don't bother with it. seriously, bro. Having a good show so far. I don't want you come and make a lot of controversial talk down in the comment section. You understand? Please, me, I beg you. Right? Demo, I see you, bro. I see you, Demo. I see you. But big up to every one of you guys in the chat, man. Enough respect to you guys. But we see Mexico, we see Honduras, we see Costa Rica play, we see the United States play.
Yeah.
United States defeat Mexico last night. What do you think about the team that surround the Jamaican team at this moment?
At this moment, I think it's going to be a challenge. Even though all the teams right now, I see Mexico, Jamaica, USA, Honduras, Costa Rica. I think all the teams have a good fight, but if I would say top three, it's definitely Jamaica, USA, and Mexico, and not to count out Canada. Canada, I think, is top four over Honduras and all. So really, I think it's gonna be a fight to really, but with the players we have, if Jamaica can get all the good players at the same time, because I mentioned this on Football in '90s live yesterday, we have the talent to make it to the World Cup. But the problem is, it's at the head, it's at the top. We can't do anything about that. But we do have the players, and it's sad to see that not every time we get to see all the players together. Sometimes it's this set of players that we get to see play. Then the next tournament is this set of players. But I really hope that we can get all the players that we need at one time. At the same time playing. So I think if we have that, we'll have a good chance against USA, Mexico, and Canada, or whoever.
Most definitely. And the United States, they're full of talent, but I think this Jamaican team, more physical, they have a lot more experience, been there, done that. But we cannot count out talent. If the United States add a more experience to the team, I think they're going to be a difficult team to beat in CONCACAF. But this Jamaican team, when you look at the squad, close to 11 or 9 players missing out of the Reggae Boys team
Yeah.
against a team that ranked 20th in the world, Serbia. Serbia have a few key players missing too. But what I'm saying, if the Jamaican, as what you say, if the federation can get everybody together, I think we have a great chance to do something, even to win the Gold Cup or qualify for the World Cup.
I agree 100%. Look at the US team. They have all the key players, all the stars together. That's what I'm saying. They have Pulisic, they have Des. You know, everybody is in the same camp at one time. Jamaica, I don't know. It's always something. We always have an excuse as to why we can't get certain players at a certain time, or as to why we can't get the full core of players that we need for the World Cup. So I really think if we do, we will have a fighting chance against the USA.
Most definitely. I totally agree with you. I just need the JFF to just do the right thing and the player them can come together. Once the player them can come together, the Andre Blake, I would love to see a Andre Blake in front of you have this one from Reading, the captain, Leon Moore. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I'm not going to compare him with John Terry, but everything John Terry threw him body on the line, and Leon Moore remind me of a player like John Terry. So
yeah.
yeah, and we have a solid defense. This is the Jamaica national team. When you look at our defense, it's very solid. We could say if everybody come together, is the best in CONCACAF.
Of course, I agree with you. And not to mention,
Most
we have Ethan Pinnock, who had just won the championship and advanced to the Premier League also to add to our mix. So we do have the best defense in CONCACAF if we can get everybody to play together.
most definitely, most definitely. So we're going to move on now. We're going to move on to the game. We're going to move on to the game. Um, how you feel about the game? Do you think Serbia? I don't think Serbia half enough. I think
Yeah.
Jamaica limit them. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree. I didn't think we should even draw with them last night. Before everybody was nervous, because of the team and Serbia. We know the big names of Serbia, but when you watch the game, we shouldn't have even drawn with them.
Most definitely. And I must say, especially in that first half, Jamaica were the better team. Were
Of course.
second ball, first ball, we deserve to take the lead. Very good. goal for Andre Gray. Now him involved in 2 goals for the Jamaican national team. Him
Yeah,
assist one, score
in
one.
two
He's a
games.
very good striker. I'm not going to in the versus who is versus like what Demo want me to do. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying, I think Damien Law have an excellent game, especially inside the midfield. And I would love to see Damien Law play more consistent there. What do you think about that?
yeah. I agree with you. I think with the position change that Tapa had enforced in the game last night. Of course he's used to playing as a centre back for us, but you know Tapa had to has it has tied. With losing out with a lot of players, so putting him in the midfield, I think he played better than some players. I won't call any names in the midfield. In the central defensive midfield, and of course, if he gives us a solid performance game in and game out like that, I think we will be unstoppable in the defense.
Yeah. And especially going forward, if Jamaica want to continue winning and beat big team, we have to learn how to score
Of
two
course.
goal in our game. We're not scoring two goal in our game, and that I think that kind of really affect us. Jevan East, I think him get a few half chance
Yeah.
where I think he should put in the back of the net. But you have to give the Serbia defense a lot of credit. They has positioned
Yeah.
themselves very good inside the box. They make a lot of block inside the box. But overall, I think we deserve to go in with the lead, as I said, and I think we were excellent. But in the second half, I think we pay the Serbia team too much respect. Yes, they
Respect.
made a lot of
Yeah.
change in the second half, and we kind of back off and give them time on the ball and give them space. If we play the first half like we play, if we play the first half like we play the second half, I think
Yeah.
us would have beat the Serbia team. I think we really could make achieve points over them.
Yeah, that is correct. And even if you look at the Serbia goal, if some of our players were more aware, that goal wouldn't even have happened. We can't even blame the goalkeeper on that one. It looked like the players were sleeping just at that moment. When Serbia scored.
Yeah, most definitely. But let us get into the player ratings now. Draw up the player ratings.
All right. I have my notes here. So it's already.
Oh,
All right. So what do you think of the goalkeeper's performance against Serbia? Taylor.
Taylor, I think him do well, but one problem I have with Taylor, um, I think him hold on the ball too much and make the Serbia team close him down. But otherwise from that, I think him put in a very good performance. Make one or two few save when the Reggae Boys need him to call upon. He showed that he can be a perfect backup for Andre Blake. Even the number one, you never know what's going to happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think he's much better than Jaden White. Jaden White is very young, and Jaden White have time to improve, especially to work on him weakness in feet. But I think I would give him a 6. I think that's a very good grade for him. 6. What do you
Yeah.
give him?
I agree with you. I had him as a 6.5. He as you said before, he held the ball, but I think he was just trying to be comfortable in the game. At the back. But of course, that can bring pressure to our team, and it had. But he at least, I would say, he didn't cause a problem at the back because of that. But really and truly, he didn't have much to do in the game overall in the full 90 minutes. He had one and two stops, as you said, and yeah, that's I think that's a fair score to give him a 6.5.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect. You give him a 6.5 and I give him a 6.
Six. Yeah.
Guys, let me know your thought down in the comment section. How much I give the goalkeeper. And make sure you guys hit the like button. Please share the stream. You know what I mean? It's important. Hit the like button. So yeah, let's move on.
All right, let's move on to Adrian Mariappa.
Mariappa, my boy Andre Mariappa. One of my favorite Jamaican player in the team. Well, I think him play very well. I think him have a solid game, and
Yeah.
I will give Mariappa a 6. I don't think him do nothing bad, but I will give him a 6.5. I will give him a 6.5. I think that's a fair mark for Mariappa. 6.5.
Well, I had him as a seven. I think he was solid around there. At the most parts in the game, and he's experienced, so he had read the game quite well for us, and that's what we needed in our team. Experience and somebody who's a no nonsense defender. And of course, he helped out throughout the game and just put us forward. So yeah, I think I gave him a seven. Somebody saying 7.5 and a seven in the comment section. Sorry, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Sorry, you hearing me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
What I love about Andre Mariappa, he will definitely give you a 5 or a 6. Definitely. So he deserves to get that.
Yes, that is true. We're moving on to somebody else who have also had a good performance in the game more.
Yeah, I think he's my man of the match, I
Well,
think he put in a very good performance. Yes, Damien Law played very well, but I think in like the 60 minute, Damien Law kind of run out a little bit of gas. It's a position that he's trying to get mature in and play more consistent. I will give him a 8.5. I think 8.5 for me. I think that's a solid.
that's what I had for him for more too. He had some key tackles in the game and he read the game quite well. He was solid in the back. As I said, these defenders were on a no nonsense game yesterday at most parts. So I gave him a 8. And let's move on to Harden. For me, I want to start off. Harden for me, I think was the best around the back for me. You said more. I think they both had a great game. Harden was really, really solid and remarkable in the defense. What do you think about him?
Yeah, I didn't make him debut. This is him debut. So
Yeah,
yeah. I think him play very well. I think him play very well. I think that's a perfect partner, but we have so much defender. We don't
yeah,
know what going to be the perfect partnership because we have Pinnock, we have Damien Lowe can play there, we have Andre Mariappa can play there. It's going to be one of a difficult job for Theodore Whitmore to pick a back two. We had
that is
already probably play Alvas Powell or Kemar Taxi Lawrence or Bell. Bell going to give Taxi a run for him money. So yeah, I think I will give him a 7.5.
yeah. Yeah, I had him as a 8.5. I think he did well, seeing that this was his debut. But let's move on to Fisher, O'Neal Fisher. What do you think about his performance?
Well, O'Neal Fisher, I think a midfielder I was expecting more from O'Neal Fisher, especially creativity going forward. I think him kind of a little bit nervous a few times, kind of misplaced the ball a few times, but I think overall I will give him a 6. 6. I think 6 is a perfect score for him.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I had him as a 6.5 on paper. He could have been more aware, and even with the goal that was scored on us, I think if he was a little bit more aware of, the surroundings, we could have stopped that goal. Because I looked at one point that the players were sleeping with that goal because they had like 3 shots before the goal has been scored. So I gave him a 6.5. Let's move on to Bell. What do you think about Bell's
Then,
performance?
taxing problem, man. Taxing problem. Come on,
uh,
taxi. I mean, problem. This guy is very good, up and down. But one thing we can say about Bell, he's a very good player going forward, but not the greatest
yeah,
defender. I think Taxi have a balance. He can go forward and deliver a very good square, and he can defense. But I will give him a 7, strong 7.5. I think
yeah.
him put in some very good performance.
Yeah, I agree with you there too. I had him as a 7.5. I think he had a decent game, and as you said before, he had some good passes going forward, and we like to see that in defensive players, because that's how the game works, you move from the back forward. So I really think he helped us out in that part, having the good passes from the back, back in the days with our team, we used to see Jamaican players just booting the ball out, for just to saving their like they're saving their lives. But I really agree with you on the 7.5 there. Let's move on to the big man himself, Damien Law.
Damien Law, listen, some man game get take away. I don't want to see someone in the hole in midfield. Seriously. You know what I mean? Lambert is good in the hole in midfield, but I think we have so much defender at this moment. I think Damien Law have a boss game, especially in that first half. As I said, he run out of tank, run out of gas in the second half, but Theodore Whitmore take him off at the right time, and he has to give Whitmore a lot of credit for that. I would give Damien a 8, I think
Yeah.
for the first time playing for the national team in that position, I think him present himself very well. So I'm going to give him a 8.
That is right. I had him as a A two. He showed well. He showed up well in the position. As you said before, we're used to seeing him as a defensive midfielder, but I really think Damien's youth days really kicked in, because he told me once that he was a forward before he was a forward. He used to play as a
Yeah,
forward in the days before he even went to the defense. So I think that kind of helped him out in the midfield, and yeah, it was a solid performance.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Solid
let's
from
move
Damien
on
Law.
to Speedy Williams, Devon Williams in the midfield.
Speedy, I think him have a very good game, man. A very good pass off the ball. You know what I mean? But I want to see more from Speedy, especially in the final third with him passes. Few passes kind of let him down. But I think he may have a okay game. I would
Yeah,
give him a 7. I think that's a fair score for him. Individually, for me, I think 90% of the player them play very well. They
yeah,
put in
that
a
is,
shift, but you can see we don't really fit, especially in the last 20 minutes to start to walk and stuff. Especially in midfield, need to see player running. So a lot of goal need to cover inside the midfield. But I think I'm going to give Speedy a 7.
yeah. I agree with you. I gave him a 7 too. Speedy. He looked comfortable on the ball. He looked like he belonged. And he kind of controlled the game a little bit. With his passing. But as you said before, in the final third, we'd like to see more of him. Getting some more creative plays going forward to our strikers. But Speedy overall, I think Speedy has improved a lot. With his game. He's very comfortable on the ball. He looks like he belonged in the game. And moving on to the goal scorer, Andre Gray.
Andre Gray, for me, too much involving 2 goal, 1 assist. That's great from the Watford striker. And I must say, he kind of lost a little bit of space still. He's 31. We understand that. But I think him put in a very good performance. I think him hold up the ball properly to bring Jevan East
Yeah,
more closer. But I think he have a better partnership with Low,
yeah,
Jamal Low. I think Jamal Low running off of him is going to be a much better partnership. Or we have a Leon Bailey or a Bobby Reed running off of him with their pace. I think I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10.
yeah,
10 out of 10 I have
yeah.
to give.
With Andre Gray, as you mentioned, he would have performed in all the games he had played for us, and we didn't expect anything less. He has been a prolific striker in the Premier League and the Championship, for over a decade. So I think Andre Gray has really been a good one for us, and in the game, he had scored, of course, and he held up play really nice. And he has a work ethic. Some players will be lazy after scoring a goal, or some strikers don't really run back for the ball. But Andre Gay was definitely working for us. And one thing I would say about Andre Gay, since he has been running, and we all know the age is catching up to players, but he kind of lost the possession one or two times, but we can't kill him for that. He has been putting in the work. So I gave him a 9.5, definitely.
9.5. That's not bad. That's not bad.
And moving on to the man that was playing alongside him, Javon East.
Jevan East. I think he's too predictable, man. At
Yeah,
this level, he's good, but with him feet, man, he have a very good left foot. but he need to work on him right foot, man. That's kind of let him down because sometimes some shots come on him right foot, him should have just kick one time. He's trying to bring it back and put it on him left foot. Every time him do that, the player them come and close him down quick enough. For me, I would give him 5.5. I think him do okay. It could do much more better, especially a few half chances. As I said, I always put in the ball on him left foot. Whenever him get it, he always put it on him left foot. He has to learn how to use that weaker foot, and that's my biggest point. I will give him a 5.5.
Yeah. I gave him a 6.5, mainly for the fact that, yes, he didn't score, and you said he was predictable. He had made a little, one or two good runs, and he will always be running, to chase the ball and try and get the ball. And I think the work ethic up top contributed, but we wanted a little more from him. We wanted more flair and more, unpredictableness. We wanted him to just go out there and attack and attack. But yeah, I think a 6.5 and a 6 is fair for his performance last night.
Most
And
definitely.
moving on to the last starting player, Blair Turgot. What do you think about him?
Blair Turgot. I would love to see more from him.
Yeah,
As a winger and wearing that number 7 shirt, I would love to see more flair. I would love to see more shots. But I don't think him have a bad game. But I will give him a 5. I think that's the lowest I can give him because he coming back and help the team in defense. That's great. So I'm going to give him a 5.
yeah. I gave him a 6.5, cause he did help set up the goal with Andre Gray. That's why I gave him a little bump on his score. But I agree with you. I think he needs to, you know, um, do more as this number 7. He got the number 7. I think he really needs to do more. But he did set up, but he didn't look as bad. And I think, as you said before, 90% of our players kind of performed yesterday. So that's what I gave him a 6.5. But moving on to the players that came on to the pitch, to the substitute. I'm gonna start back off with Ravel Marson, as we mentioned in the first part of this live. What do you think about Ravel Marson with the time he had yesterday or this morning?
Listen, all I want Rafael to do, continue chain. You're in Jamaica, go to the beach, get some cone. Theodore Whitmore need to work on Ravel Morrissey. He have him
Yeah,
Jamaican passport now. He will definitely play in the World Cup. All I want Ravel Morrissey to do when he go back to Jamaica, work, work, get to fitness because we need you to be fit for the World Cup. We need you for the World Cup qualify. You need to put yourself on the market to get a team. That's important, Ravel. But in that last 15 minutes of the game, Serbia were running the midfield. And since Ravel Mercer came on the pitch, it's a totally different game. He's kind of controlling midfield. He kind of telling player where they should be, putting the ball from left to right, control the game. I think Ravel Morris is a very special player. As I said in the early part, I think Jamaica should definitely build the midfield around Ravel Morris.
well,
He's that good. He's good. He's a quality player. We should build the team around Ravel Morris. He's still very young, you know. Player like Ravel Morris, they want someone to put their hand around them. They need a
yeah,
father to talk to them. Theodore Whitmore need to put him on around Ravel Morris. He seems like a them type of player there. You know what I mean? So let us see if he going to bring this flair in the Gold Cup because if we have Ravel Morrison, picture this. Having Ravel Morrison and Stewart in the midfield and have Daniel Johnson that play for Preston Norton, Stewart play for Blackpool and have Ravel Morrison in that midfield. You have Stewart breaking up the play, giving it to Daniel Johnson and Ravel Morrison. That's a solid midfield, you know. That's a
true.
solid midfield where can do danger in CONCACAF. But I will definitely give 7 for Ravel Morrison. I think
Yeah,
that's a fair score for him. Solid. I'm going to give him a 7.
yeah. Now, of course, I really think Ravel should have been in the game earlier. I think they probably wouldn't even have scored that goal, because of course Ravel attracts the ball and he plays well and he has flair. And I think he's really one of our best players in the team right now. Ravel Marson, and rightfully so, because we all knew Ravel was a good player, at these Manchester United days and everything. But as I said before, and as you said, Ravel Marson, you think the team needs to be built around him. I also think he needs to be a vital part of our midfield, and going forward, I think we should see him more, and we'll definitely see more out of Ravel Marson. And I gave him a 7.5. He had an excellent game when he came on, and that's why I gave him a 7.5. With the little time that he had made impact even more than some of the other players. So really, really kudos to Ravel Marson. Moving on to the last three substitutes, they didn't have much to do in the game because some of them didn't even have a lot of times. We have Tilt who came on, and I think like the 60 something minute.
I think Till is a very experienced player. He's a good player, but
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. People fighting for their place in the squad, in the
yeah,
defense. Last Gold Cup, he has been shot in defense. When you look at Low, card out, and get injured, we didn't have no one to play at centre back. So good to see we have strength and depth in the team. But Tilt, I will give him a 5, and I will change back the number 7. What's his name again?
um, Turgot.
Turgot. I will give him a 7 because I cannot give what the person you just asked me.
Tilt.
Tilt. I cannot give Tilt a 5 and give Turgot a 5.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would have been unfair. So I will give Turgot a 7 and I will give Tilt a 6. Curtis Tilt.
That is fair. That is fair. I also give Tilt a 6. And as you said before, players are fighting for their position now. We have depth in the team. Jamaica. Over the years, we have come to grown into a very deep team. We have a number of players right now all across the world, in Europe, America, everywhere you can think of. We have players. Even in Africa, we have players playing. So, respect for that for the team. We have depth. So players need to know that, to play game in and game out, they really need to fight for their spot in the team, even in their clubs or even when they go to camp. So I really agree with that. Moving on to Pepe Lambert, Kevin Pepe Lambert. He didn't have much time.
Lam-
He went on in like
yeah,
the 86th minute. What do you think about it?
they didn't have much time, so I will give him a 4. I'll give
Yeah,
him a 4. But I still want to see him in that midfield. He's a very hard tackle. And Peter Lee Vassy, tell him,
yeah,
man, this team going to be a wicked team.
of
I would
course.
love to see Peter Lee Vassy back in the team because he have something that a lot of Jamaican midfielder do have.
Yeah,
Creativity, jibbering, glide past people very easy and stuff. So yeah,
yeah, of course. I agree with you with Lambert. I gave him a base 5. Just because he didn't have much time. But I think he's a box to box player, and he would have helped out in that aspect. With covering and going forward as the same time. It's like our little Kante. But I think he needs more time in the game. Moving on. Last but not least, we have Kevin Malcolm.
Cameron
He
Malcolm,
Yeah,
not much for Alpha still. Very
yeah,
good shielding the and stuff too. Scoring a lot of goal in El Salvador. For me, I will give him a definitely a 4.5.
yeah. That's correct. I agree with you. I agree with you. He came in and just maintained the pace. He didn't really do anything extra, but that was the game. I think that was a good player rating of the game last night.
Yeah, how much I give Theodore Whitmore to get a points from a top team, Serbia.
Honestly, I gave him props. Last night when I saw the lineup, I didn't see the lineup except directly, but I saw the players that were going to play the starting 11. I didn't see how he was going to position them. When I saw 6 defenders, I was wondering what type of game he was looking to bring out today. But he did well, I think, with even the midfield choice of the defenders with Damien Law in the midfield. I really think we need to look at that even more now that we have more defenders that we can rely on. So I think he did well. I give him a 9 to draw the point. But I think we could have even won the game. So I really gave him a 9 for that. With seeing the players that we even had to choose from, because a lot of players didn't even get to make it to Japan.
Yeah. 22-man squad. I
Yeah,
think I would give Theodore Whitmore a 8.5. I think he's spot on. Make a few changes when the Reggae Boys need to, when a change need to make. Oftentimes, Theodore Whitmore take long to make changes. So for me, I really happy, and people just need to get behind Theodore Whitmore. Give him the support he need.
Yeah,
Corporate Jamaica, everyone, you need to come and back this Reggae Boys team. We are going places. Trust me. I just saw a comment where I think us can win the Gold Cup. So I think Jamaica will win the Gold Cup. Just think we put the full squad together.
it is
Trust me,
going.
man.
Of
Yes,
course, and
sir.
we had mentioned that before. If we have the full squad at our front foot, I think Jamaica will definitely beat the US in the Gold Cup. We'll win the Gold Cup, I think, because US have the names, of course, and they play for the top teams. But if you look at our squad, we are really deep in players. So I really think we have all the right players at the same time. We'll definitely put up a fighting chance, and even in the World Cup.
Yeah, yeah. But we just need to just put the player them together. And next thing to guys, I want to share with you guys. Guys, most of these English-based player, Mariappa have him Jamaican passport. Daniel Johnson have him Jamaican passport. Bobby Reed have him Jamaican passport. Hector have him Jamaican passport. Leon Moore do not have him Jamaican passport as yet. We don't know if him going to get it in time to play the Gold Cup. Possibility he will. Curtis still don't have him Jamaican passport as yet. Possibility he will get it. Um, Bell don't have him Jamaican passport yet. So these are the player that possibility it take up to 3 to 6 months to get a Jamaican passport. So most of these English players we see play against Serbia and play against United States, they do not have the Jamaican passport as yet. They put in the documents and they get a piece of paper. When they got the bird paper place and them give you something, say, listen, go and use this for the time
Yeah,
being. Yeah. So that's what most of the English based player they haven't have them Jamaican passport. Ravel Morrison get him Jamaican passport. So most definitely Ravel Morrison should be playing the Gold Cup if Ravel Morrison situation sort out in the United States. Ravel Morrison get in trouble a few years back when he were playing for Manchester United in the United States. So hopefully him can everything all right that he can travel back to the United States. So hopefully get that and everything sorted out. But it's a good time to be a Reggae Boys fans, guys, and we should be happy and we should get behind the team and support the team, you know. And one thing I love about the team, if we can get more time together, like 6, 5 days before we play, I
yeah,
think Jamaica can do well. We see that it's like a blessing to not play in that Japan game for the boys to get to 4, 4, 5, 6 days before they play Serbia. You will see a better game from the Reggae Boys against Japan. And at 24, the team that going to play in the Olympic. So yeah, so hopefully we see and we can get 3 points. If we lose, that not going to affect our FIFA ranking. So yeah, it's a good time, guys, and I just want to tell you guys, appreciate the support and stuff. Tell the people where they can find you and what you have to say to the people before we close out.
yeah. Of course, you can find me on Instagram at tjavon19. That's TJAVON19. I'm here in the US playing soccer as well, and going to school and everything. And I'm a part of Football in 90, where we have live interactions just like these, about the everything Jamaica football. We've interviewed the players, even the coaches, even the 98 coach that brought us to the 98 World Cup. We have interviewed, and check us out at Football in 90 on Instagram also. And soon I'll be putting on my YouTube my journey, into the football life. I'm gonna give a behind the scenes of what it takes to make it and everything. So follow me also on YouTube at Javon Turner. That's all. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys checking out Ryan LFC. As I said, I will be live back sometime Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 6 p.m. at 5 p.m. Jamaican time. Always remember that, guys. Always remember that. I will be live 5 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So tune into that. If you guys haven't watched my video, my match reaction, make sure you guys check it out. Make sure you guys watch the latest Reggae Boyz video. If you want to see more, click on the playlist. They are there for you. Andre Blake exclusive interview, Marlon King exclusive interview, Shaman Nichols exclusive interview, Junior Fleming's latest one exclusive interview, Andre Blake. You have Kemar Taxilarens exclusive. Just click on that playlist. Let's say Jamaica Journey, Jamaica. So make sure you click on the playlist and go check out all of these interview. I interview with the Reggae Boyz players. So enough respect. Appreciate you guys' support. Robert King, big up yourself. Ricky, big up yourself. Big up to every single one of you guys in the chat, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the support. Let's hope we can win the Gold Cup. Until next time, from my boy Ryan LFC, I like to say peace out. Thanks for watching.